Nampa police are baffled in a case surrounding the homicide of a 16-year-old boy, and Boise State football has found a new way to turn this exciting play into an off-the-field miracle.
And don't miss Cole Young with your Bronco sports update. These stories and more coming up next on your Boise State NewsLine for the week of October 3rd, 2018.
Thank you for joining us on this week's edition of Newsline. I'm Ben Kaiser.
And I'm Remy Elise. Flu season is starting early this year, according to the Director of Clinical Operations at Boise State, Julia Beard. Even though it's only the second week of autumn, University Health Services has been offering the influenza vaccine since September 13th. That's 2 weeks earlier than in previous years, as reported by Arbiter reporter Grace Paduano. Beard states Health Services purchases 1,400 vaccines each year, ensuring they are not only available to students, but to faculty, staff, and their dependents as well. She explains the formulation of the flu vaccine is dependent upon the strains of the virus that were prevalent the year prior, meaning there is no way to know what virus will be the most prevalent the current year until the flu season is already underway. Beard strongly encourages everyone on campus to get vaccinated as soon as possible, as there is only one version of the vaccine formulated each year. Tara Brooks, Director of Business Operations for Health Services, says receiving the flu vaccine annually is the best way to protect yourself and others from contracting and spreading the flu. Michaela Cobb, a senior nursing student, reminds us that as college students, we are susceptible to getting the flu with our increased stress levels, lack of sleep, and busy schedules. To get vaccinated and to learn more information, visit the Health Services Clinic located on the second floor of the Norco building. Their hours are 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, and 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Wednesday. Walk-ins are welcome, and several pop-up clinics will be also held around campus throughout the month of October.
A teenager is dead, and police have a mystery on their hands. This last Tuesday, 16-year-old Robert Angel Gomez was killed outside of his house in Nampa, Idaho. Nampa police have reported that they found Gomez at 10:30 p.m. lying outside of his house. He was taken immediately to the hospital where he died of multiple gunshot wounds. Police are calling the death a homicide and are currently investigating into the incident. So far, no suspects have been named and no motives are present. Anyone with information regarding the incident are encouraged to reach out to Nampa authorities.
Student involvement can be a make or break or deal for students on campus. Let's see what Newsline's Kevin Kelly learned about how students can get more involved.
State has a number of resources available for student activities. One of them is the Student Involvement and Leadership Center, or SILC. I spoke with SILC's director, Charlie Varland, to see how they help connect students to their campus community.
So in addition to a lot of other things that the Student Involvement and Leadership Center does, one of those things is to support students that are involved in those clubs and organizations and help them do the things that they want to do and be successful here at Boise State. Well, it's very easy to start a club here on campus. All you need is an idea and a passion for getting that club going, and we invite any student to come into our office and sit down with us, and we'll walk them through the steps.
There are currently over 200 clubs and organizations at Boise State.
Every single one of them started because there's a student who was passionate about doing something, and that student decided to create a community around that interest and get together with other students here on campus and keep doing that thing here at Boise State.
A lot of students may question if it's that important to get involved on campus. From my experience, it can be. But I found out even more just how impactful getting involved really is.
We think that being involved is important for a lot of different reasons. We know that when students are new to Boise State, they're coming to an institution where there are a lot of other students. There's a lot of people that go here to Boise State as students, and that can be a little overwhelming at times. So when students choose to get involved, they have a chance to shrink that community down to a smaller, more personal size. And that might mean getting involved with a fraternity or a sorority or a club on campus. So part of getting involved is about being connected to a community and feeling that you belong here at Boise State.
SILC is not only interested in helping you on campus, they also want to help prepare you for life after college.
I really believe is that Boise State students have the potential to change the world and make it a better place. And I think that when students get involved, they begin to learn their potential, they learn their values, they begin to see how they might be able to make that kind of an impact. And those are the first kinds of steps that they can take when they do choose to get involved.
Getting involved on campus can help students who want to get more out of their college experience. SILC is a great first step for students who want to do more. So go out and find something you're interested in, and get involved. For Boise State Newsline, I'm Kevin Kelly.
For more information on how to get involved, you can go to the second floor of the Student Union Building or visit the Silk's website at getinvolved.boisestate.edu. In an effort to combat food insecurity, the Idaho Food Bank has teamed up with Albertsons and Boise State football in Sacks for Hunger. For every sack that our boys in blue get this season, Albertsons will donate $500 to the food bank, as reported by Taylor Rico Peckerell. That might not sound like a lot of money, but so far this season, the Broncos have sacked 9 quarterbacks, bringing in $4,500 to the program. Over the course of the season, Albertsons has made the commitment to donate up to $20,000, double what they've pledged in years past. The Sacks for Hunger program has been around since 2010, and for the estimated 179,000 people served each month at the Idaho Food Bank, these loss of yards are turning into big gains.
2 Boise State professors have taken their daily commutes to another level, on bikes. John Zeiker, professor and department chair of the Anthropology Department, and Peter Molnar, a distinguished professor from the Departments of Material Science and English, have reached their 10,000-mile marks, as reported by Eliza Lovenguth. Both men are part of the BSU's Bicycle Commuter Club. Gabe Finkelstein, the club creator, explains it's a commuting group orchestrated by the Cycle Learning Center, where mileage is counted only when biking to and from work, school, or running errands. According to Finkelstein, once members reach their 10,000-mile goal, they receive a custom t-shirt with a 10K mileage badge. But those aren't the only incentives to bike instead of drive. Commuter Club members get 3 free parking permits to use each year when the weather is unsuitable for cycling. Plus, for every 1,000 miles you log, the center gives club members a free bicycle tune-up and deals on parts and accessories throughout the year. Additionally, members can take free bike, mechanics, and wellness workshops. Currently, Finkelstein is working to get health insurance breaks for cyclists who bike to work 20 or more days out of the month. Finkelstein said, "We do as much as we can to influence Boise State and the city of Boise into thinking of ways to support and encourage people to have alternative modes of transportation rather than getting in their car and driving." 10,000 miles in 14 years, that's an incredible milestone.
Super incredible. And I think, the activity level of them is pretty special as well. But speaking of being active, let's throw it over to Cole Young with your Bronco sports update. Cole, how are we doing?
Well, guys, Bronco football fans have a reason to smile again because the Broncos are back. Coming off a bye week, Boise State got the job done against the Wyoming Cowboys this past weekend in Laramie, Wyoming. After a tough loss to Oklahoma State a few weeks ago, the Broncos put up 34 points and came home with another victory. Quarterback Brett Rippon continued to make a case as for why he should be a Heisman candidate, as he went 28 for 42 for 342 yards and 2 touchdowns. That brings him up to 1,389 yards, 12 touchdowns, and get this, 0 interceptions this season. Alexander Madison helped out the Bronco offense by tacking on an incredible touchdown run of his own, where he broke 2 tackles and hurdled a defender for the score. Rippon's receivers certainly helped him out on the day, as A.J. Richardson caught 6 passes for 113 yards and 1 score as well. Sean Modster also caught 7 passes for 88 yards. Boise State's offense was firing on all cylinders as they scored on 4 of their first 6 possessions and put up 24 points before halftime. The defense held Wyoming to just 14 points, and the Broncos came away with a bounce-back victory in their first conference game. The Broncos moved to 3-1 on the season and return to the Blue this Saturday to take on conference rival SDSU. The game is at 1:30 at Albertson Stadium and can also be seen on ESPNU. It's also family weekend, so make sure to bring your family members to the game and help cheer on the Broncos. Back to you guys.
They put up quite the incredible fight.
I don't know, my parents are super stoked for this upcoming game.
Yeah. Now let's hear from Julie Oles about what kind of weather you can expect for the big game this Saturday.
The clouds are forming and the leaves are changing. That means it's fall. With Parents Weekend coming up and the big game, let's take a look at the wonderful week of weather to see what we have to go forward. So Thursday's going to be the day it's going to rain. Unfortunately, that's what's just going to happen. Friday, it's just going to get a little warmer with a high of 59 and a low of 43. But on Saturday, that's the important day because that's game day. It's only going to be about a high of 56, but I say grab a jacket so you can have a good time and not get too cold. Sunday and Monday is going to be one of our hottest days of the week. So with a high of 62 and a low of 40 on that Monday. And then Tuesday and Wednesday, it's going to rain, and it's likely going to rain beyond that. With that, I say grab a jacket. I say get an umbrella because it's going to be a little bit of a chilly week. But keep your spirits high. That's all I have for you. Back to you guys.
We really hope you can watch BTV's next edition of Newsline, where we'll step aside and have another group of talented students take over. Be sure to catch Doug Mason and Lily Crolius next week, bringing you more Boise State campus news. We will be busy hitting the streets looking for your stories to tell.
Now that's all the time that we have today. Special thanks to our producer, Michelle Belden, newscast director, Rachel McFarland, and the rest of our crew. Thanks for joining us this week. I'm Ben Kaiser.
And I'm Remy Elise. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you all next time.